Hi, welcome back. My name is Kelly. If you're new to this channel, this is Therapy Designs, the channel that's all about teaching you how to create print-on-demand designs using Canva. And soon I'm going to be creating additional content as well, going over different aspects of print-on-demand and different platforms such as Merch by Amazon, Redbubble, and Etsy. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to hit like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Hi, so in today's video we're going to be going over how to make this design right here. In honor of International Women's Day, which is March 8th, we're going to be making a break the bias design. So this design utilizes lots of layers, and I'm going to show you how you can group the layers together to move them around and resize them as well. So if you're interested in learning how to make this design, go ahead and stick around. So as always, we're starting with our blank background. It is 4500 by 5400, and as typical, I'm going to go ahead and start with a black background. So I'm going to be clicking on this, going up to the left-hand corner for background color, and I'm just going to select black. Okay, so this design has a lot of different layers, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with the back layer and kind of move forward. That's going to be the easiest way to go. So in the back layer, I'm going to want a circle, and then I'm going to have circles surrounding that, and I'm going to have a graphic right in the middle, and then I'm going to have text over the top and over the bottom that I'm going to fit to the circle. So starting with the circle is probably going to be the easiest way. So I'm going to go over to the left tabs. I'm going to click Elements, and I'm going to start with just a circle. So I've recently searched for this, so I can just click Circle. So as you can see, a lot of different circles will come up. First thing I want to do is go ahead and switch to graphics. So now even with graphics, we're going to have some of these moving ones that we don't necessarily want. I can go ahead and filter that out by coming up where it says circle. You've got these lines here. If I click that, now I can filter a little bit more. So down here where it says animation, I can click static. Oops. And it's going to get rid of all of the animated ones. I could also select cutouts, or if you're looking for free images versus pro images, or if you're looking for a certain orientation or certain colors, this is an easy way to filter your search. So I'm just going to be looking for static circles, and I'm going to apply filters. Oops, except I don't want that one. So now I'm going to scroll down until I find the background that I like. And I already know what I want to use because I have prepared this design ahead of time. So I'm going to do this one right here. And I'm going to close that. So starting with this circle here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because I want it to fill a good amount of the page. Okay. And I actually want to take this background color. I'm going to make this a light gray. So this is where I'm starting. Okay. Now I'm going to put some circles around it. So I'm going to go back up to my elements, back up to my circles. I'm going to come right up to the top here. And this time I want a circle like this with an outline around it. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to bring it out. Now I know you can't see it because it's against a black background. So just for right now, I'm going to go ahead and switch it to another color. So I'm going to bring it out until it's about where I like. And I'm going to center it right over the other one. Perfect. And then I want to make 2 layers of circles. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, search for another circle. This time I want it to be a little bit thinner. So I'm thinking this one here. Same idea, just a little bit thinner. And again, I'm going to go ahead and switch the color on that. Just going to make it a little bit different so you can see, and I will bring this one up and out a little bit more. Okay, so now I can center this again, right? There we go. So okay, so now I've got a cool kind of circle in the middle. I'm going to now select an image. So what I'm searching for is going to be images for International Women's Day, which is coming up very soon. It is going to be March 8th. So I'm going to come back up to Elements, and I can search International Women's Day, and I've done the search already. Great. So I filtered for graphics, and now there's a lot of graphics, as you can see, to choose from. I know what I'm looking for, and it's going to be pretty far down, so I'm going to have to scroll way down to get what I want. Did I pass it? I don't think so. Still scrolling. There we go. So these, I like these kind of images here. I think those look really good. And I kind of like this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. That's the image I'm going to go with. And I'm going to shrink it down. I want it to pop out just a little bit over, like overlapping in the circles. So I like where it's sitting there. I might bring it just a little bit bigger. Great. And maybe a little bit lower. Perfect. So I really like the way this looks. So now, as you can see, I brought in a graphic, but it doesn't really match the colors of these circles. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and switch the colors of these circles up a little bit. So if I hit color, I can now look at the colors that I've brought in from my image, and so that's going to look a little bit better. So I'm going to make this first circle a kind of that darker color. Maybe that one. Okay, and then I'm gonna make the second circle, which is the one that's just a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make that one. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So I'm liking the way that that looks. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some text. So again, I can just hit T on my keyboard. It's going to pull up some text. So that I can see it, I'm just going to go ahead and switch the color right away to a lighter color, because I'm going to bring this up here. And now I'm going to go ahead, I'm also going to change the font. I do know what font I like for this one. I want something a little bit rounder, and I've already searched for it. So Nunito, that's the one I'm gonna go with, and I've got Nunito Bold, so I like that. It gives a little bit of a rounded look, which goes with the roundness of the overall shape of the design. So it's gonna be something like that, and for the top part of this circle, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put International Women's Day, and I want this to be in all caps, so it's gonna be oops, helps if I spell it right. International Women's Day. Perfect. Drag it out so it's all on one line. I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit. And for effects, oops, where is this? Sorry. For effects, I'm going to go up and I'm going to round the text. So I'm just going to put a little curve on it here. Perfect. And I do want it to kind of go halfway through, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And that's probably about the size I'm going to want. Let's go ahead and curve it some more. Okay. It's going to be somewhere around there. Perfect. Okay, so now on the bottom of this, I'm going to go ahead and put the date on the date, and then the slogan for this year, which is break the bias. So I'm just going to hit another text box, and I'm going to come down here. I'm going to change the color again just so I can see it. I can always change this afterwards. And so for this one, I'm going to go hashtag break the bias. Oops, hope I spell it right. break the bias. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do a little space, a little dash, and then I'm gonna put the date. We're gonna go March 8th. Oops. March 8th, 2022. Perfect. I'm gonna do another space. I'm gonna do another dash. And I'm actually gonna go over here. I'm gonna start with a dash too. So I'm gonna do a dash. Okay. So now this is gonna go on the bottom here. So effects, I'm gonna go ahead and curve it, and to make it curve the other direction, I'm gonna slide this over the other way. And I'm gonna bring this over here. Perfect. So I'm gonna need to make it a little bit smaller, it looks like. Otherwise, I'm gonna be overlapping just a bit. So for this, we're gonna make it just a little bit smaller. Bring it back out. Hard. We gotta line it up just right. Again, it looks like it's overlapping that one just a little bit. I can take that one and make that one a little bit smaller if I want. Just a little bit. So what size do I have? 253, 257. I can bring this one down to 253, so they're about the same size. Oops. 253. Type that in. Now they're the same size. Perfect. I'm gonna need to open that up just a little bit. So right about there looks good. 46. I'm gonna bring this one down so it's got the same size gap here. I'm gonna open this one up a little bit. So it's around 46. Make sure I've got it centered. Just a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so you can see how the design is coming along. Now I'm just gonna switch the text colors a little bit. So I think I'm gonna make the top one maybe a little bit darker, and then the bottom one maybe a little bit lighter, just so I get a little contrast. So I can take this top color here, and I can bring it down and maybe make it a little darker like that. I can keep the bottom one a little light. I can also make the dashes stand out. So if I want to, I can change the colors of just the dashes and go ahead and make those, let's say a little darker there for the dashes. So just the dashes, right? And a little darker there. There we go. All right, so there we have it, pretty quick and easy. So there's your International Women's Day design. I'm just gonna go ahead up here and I'm just gonna title it International Women's Day. Perfect. And now if I would like this, I kind of like the way it's sitting on the shirt. If I would like to move it up a little bit higher on the page so that it's not centered in the middle of the page, but it's up a little bit higher for printing, what I can do is I can group this all as one image. So if I click down here, hold, and then come up, I can highlight this entire thing. And once I've got the entire thing highlighted, I can now move it all as one up. I can also resize it all as one. So if I wanted to make the entire thing smaller or the entire thing bigger, that's how I would go ahead and resize it once I get all of the layers exactly how I want them. So then I can just click out, and now they're back to individual layers. So that's a nifty trick to make sure that you get everything positioned exactly as you like it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and download this. I'm gonna click download, transparent background, and download. That's it for this video. If you found that useful and would like to see more videos on how to create designs on Canva and everything else print on demand related, be sure to hit like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of the weekly videos. As always, keep growing and stay creative, and we'll see you next time.